we got a glare in the back. That's the sun, okay? It's going down back here. So we're getting that glare. How you guys doing? Looking forward to another reading on Nancy Guthrie. And we're going to check out energies, okay? Some energies, well, I'm pretty sure all of them, but we're going to revisit the energy surrounding Nancy, okay? Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Just a friendly reminder, because I forget myself. And see the current energies, because the energy, this case, the energy is always changing around this case, okay? There's so much going on. And oh, and by the way, hi Sherry. If you have any questions, even though you've already asked them, okay, you can ask them again, because like we're revisiting, we're doing current energies, you know what I'm saying? So you may have asked a question last week that may have changed this week. You know what I'm saying? Okay, because everything's just constantly flowing in and out, in and out, in and out. It doesn't stop. Okay, so what I just want to ask right now is, what is the energy surrounding Nancy Guthrie's, we'll say disappearance. We'll say disappearance, okay? What is the current energy? Say, surrounding her disappearance. Oops. What do you want us to know about the current energies surrounding Nancy Guthrie's abduction, disappearance, kidnap? Okay, all in one, honey. That's right. What is the current energy? And then we're going to look at the current energies, and thank you for your answers. And we're going to start zeroing in on, I would have to say people, because these people, let's see, the sun, okay? So what the sun is telling us is that there may be feeling of hope, a loss of hope or depression, you know, all that is included in the sun going down, okay? And that just may be because, like I was saying the other day, about how I feel the energy ebbs up. You know, it loosens up, okay, and then it comes back. Then it loosens up, like the case is going cold, and then it comes back. So you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. So right now, I think there's a sense of this case. We're not going to say go cold, but we're just going to say chilling out. Okay. Say, because tomorrow or the next day we may be back hot. Okay. So with that said, we're going to start off with the Three of Swords. Okay. That's the energy around, the current energy surrounding this case, this objection, heartbreak, betrayal. And I'm going to say both of them, okay, because they both fit. Yeah, we have Two of Cups. So it's emotional. And I think there's two people that may be feeling this. Five of Swords, conflict. There's a conflict. And you know what? There may be a conflict of information. And you know, here's another thing too that I felt was a conflict. was the sheriff and the people in the town. Now I know that the sheriff knows everybody and woo 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 woo, okay, but it's not the sheriff knowing. It's the sheriff being friends with the could be perpetrators or people surrounding the case, to me, that cause a conflict in interest. That's just my opinion. Everything's alleged, by the way. And this is for your entertainment, okay? Don't take it to heart. But I just feel like him being friends could also interfere with maybe a decision, or or him hesitation. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And I know people want to be hesitant to come to a conclusion. Okay. However, it may cause more hesitancy than needed, or where not needed. Will you stop calling that man? Will you stop calling that man Barney Fife? Every time you say that, I think of Barney Fife and him trying to pull out his gun. Oh, that just tickles me. Okay. So there is quite a bit of conflict. Okay. That's right, Eric. I'm entertained. Okay. Aloha from Hawaii. Oh, you started about a week ago? Okay. Never too late. Okay. Never too late. So that is kind of the energy that I'm getting. I'm also getting the impression that there's two of cups with these two people. And this kind of reminds me, as we keep getting that lovers, okay? We're getting the lovers, and I think that there is betrayal, or going to be betrayal, between the lovers, and there's also conflict with the lovers. Okay, so it's a double-edged sword, or triple-edged sword. I mean, okay, yes, there's enough conflict to go around. We have the star in reverse. Just like I said, it's a loss of hope. Okay, the hope is going down. We have the seven of swords. Ooh, we have the seven of swords in reverse. Okay, and this is my card for trying to get away with something and getting caught. Okay, I was looking at one of the descriptions for the seven swords, and it was talking about, the sword stands for information, thoughts, and stuff like that. Okay. And then it was talking about a person being so guilty, okay, that they say something. They tell on themselves. They confess. There you go. Confess. Okay. So this can also be a confession. There we go. That part. Hmm. Hi, Rodinia. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And this Knight of Wands in reverse is going over the betrayal. Okay. Knight. Yes, the Knight. And the Knight of Wands usually represents passion. Okay. But this talks about recklessness and arrogance. We keep getting that arrogance. And let's see, setbacks. There we go. Setbacks. Okay. And the setbacks are heartbreaking. We have the Fool in reverse. And this is going over the Two of Cups. Now, the Fool in reverse is risky behavior, okay, in a negative way. It's not a new beginning. It's risky behavior, taking risks, but in a bad way. We have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is the one who's going over the Five of Swords. This is the conflict. Okay. So the King of Swords is feeling conflicted. Okay. And we have the Empress. The Empress is losing hope. Okay. Her hope is fading. The Page of Cups. Okay. So we have some immature emotions. Somebody who's immature and lying, cheating, trying to get somebody is trying to get away with something. And this is a young energy here. We have there we go, the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers, oh, okay. So we have the Knight of Wands feeling betrayed. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So there's some miscommunication, confusion, lies. Yep. King of Cups. He's pissed. Okay. Oh, there's the conflict. The King of Cups and oh, the King of Cups and the King of Swords. Okay, there seems to be conflict, but I remember when we were reading before that the King of Cups came up before in reverse, and this is somebody who's frustrated. Okay, somebody emotional. Okay, and he's frustrated, so they may be arguing back and forth. With the swords, they may be have come to blows. With the swords, the Five of Swords, conflict, honey. That's fighting with the swords. Yes. Or you can get the wands and get hit upside the head with the stick. Hi, Sin. You finally able to catch me, huh? I'll be moving around. Okay. So yes. So now, who the King of Wands and the King of Cups and the King of Swords is? Okay, has left to be seen. So it's like we got some old men and some young men, and okay, and everybody's pissed. There we go. We have the Ten of Wands with the Empress. Yep, she's losing hope, and it's causing a burden. Definitely causing a burden. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, she's more like the true. Oh, mm, she's more like the true. She's got the intuition. Okay, but these can also be personality traits and just energy that I'm describing here. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay. Don't forget the thumbs up, you guys. Just a friendly reminder. So the energy we have going, current energy we have is okay. This could be the police, but every time I read it, I get the energy of the perpetrators. Okay. There's a lot of people who can give you energy on the police, but my energy is that the perpetrators, okay, are feeling the pressure. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Somebody is going to let go. Either somebody is going to let go. This also could mean hoarding, trying to hold on to something, but it's in reverse. So it can be just hoarding. But I've also read that this card is letting go of people and places and things that you have been holding on to. Okay? Uh, just put that out there. See? So, and I think that's the energy is letting go. And that's why you have the betrayal. Somebody is going to let go. Somebody's feeling betrayed because of that. That's what they need to let go is that info. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles is going over in reverse, is going over the Ace of Swords in reverse. And this Queen of Pentacles, she got two of them. Wait a minute, you're only supposed to have one. Yeah, she's bragging. She got two. So there's some feminine energy that is in here. Well, we got a lot of we got female, and you know what? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, the energy and the culprits. We have female and masculine energy. And we have burdens, lying, trying to get away with stuff, okay? Betrayal, oh yeah, oh yeah. And we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Oh boy. Ooh. Now this is just a thought. It's not really an energy, but I'm seeing the Four of Swords down here going up. It's in reverse. I see the Five of Swords, conflict going up. Okay. The Four of Swords is the minor death card, and it also means rest. Okay. It means rest. But this is in reverse. So I wondered, okay, and I told you this King of Cups and this King of Swords is in conflict. Ooh. And I told you they come to blows. They come to blows, y'all. Yep. Let me see. It's saying, okay, slowing down and self-care. Oh, he might, maybe somebody, I'm telling you. And the Chariot. Okay. Now, and that's going with this. Is she the Empress? Yeah, the Empress. The feminine energy that's way down. But she's still in control. She's still in control. She's on the move. Okay. And we have the Tower in reverse. So what there may be, okay, and everything's alleged, okay, just my interpretation is that there's conflict. These people are stressed out. Okay, they're stressed out from the situation, and rightfully so. Okay, but I keep getting this Tower in reverse, and the Tower in reverse is it's not as intense. Okay, it's not as intense. Somebody's gonna get caught. Somebody gonna get hit, but it's not gonna be a hard hit. It's not gonna be a hard hit. Okay. And this is feminine, young feminine energy. This could be Chatty Patty in disguise, allegedly. Exactly. Okay. So I did. Yeah. There's conflict. Okay. Okay. And that's what we want. See, because here's the thing: the police are frustrated because the case can take so long. Okay, which is natural, and the perpetrators are frustrated because it's taking too long for the case to lighten up so that they can move more freely. Hmm. So they can move more freely. So there's frustration on both ends. Like I said, one thing about this case is cutting like a double-edged sword. Okay. So what can you tell us about the lovers who abducted Nancy? What can you tell us about the lovers that keep coming up? Can you clarify the lovers for us? How about that? Can you clarify the lovers in these readings? Okay. What do you want us to know about the lovers? And thank you for your answers. What is going on with the lovers? They come up in every spread. Age. The lovers. The lovers can also be agreement, okay? But I'm getting the feeling that there's two people. Yeah, every reading they come up. Is she gonna? Well, she may come back home. I have a feeling that eventually she'll be back home, but not home. In allegedly. My feeling is that she will be found, but I don't feel too much energy surrounding, now that you mentioned it, I don't feel too much energy or drawn to Nancy being found. Doesn't mean she won't be found, but I noticed now that you mentioned it. Yes. So what is it about the lovers? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Okay, because they keep coming up. Tell us more. Yes, tell us more about the lovers. Ooh, well, the Hierophant upside down, and you know what I'm gonna take this as? Criminals, criminals going against the grain. Hmm. Non-conformity. Okay. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Five. Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is the energy trying to recover. Ah, this talks about poverty and regret. Regret. The Fool in reverse. Risky behavior. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And there will be justice. So we will find out who they are. There will be some kind of justice. Five of Wands. They're throwing their wands up in the air. They don't look happy. They don't look sad. Five of Wands. Now, Wands is action. Let me get a closer look at that. Five of Wands is drawing me five. This just card. You see, not everybody has the same picture, but this is drawing me. This is actually giving me the feeling that we did it. You know, throwing our wands up in the air. We did it. We finally did it. Okay, and it's right next to the Justice card. Okay. Hmm. Or we may have to ask Google. See, because on here, it looks like conflict. See, it looks like they're fighting. But on here, so I like to see what it says because when they do these cards and they get different scenarios, okay, it doesn't mean they're wrong. It's just that they're concentrating on a different meaning of the card. This particular card here is concentrating on conflict. Okay, so this talks about energy. Okay, it's competitive energy. But what are they competing against? This could be the police as well with their evidence and oh, because you know what? They were talking about that some had agreed to one thing and the others, like the sheriff department is looking at it one way and the FBI are looking at it another way, so to speak. So to speak. It might be competition in solving the case at the rate this is going. Let's look at the next card, Eight of Pentacles. Uh-oh. Okay. So there is in working. They're working hard, okay? And they may feel a little competition, okay? Because, you know, this is one of them cases. Like you talk about Sheriff Nanos out there all in front of he just gloating, acting like he's so distraught, knowing he's just so happy to be on the for the spotlight, to be under the spotlight. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So, like I said, letting go of people, places, and things. We have the Seven of Wands. Okay. Right. And they're being defensive. The Fool. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is going over justice. Now, isn't that interesting? Oh, and I just seen her too. She just popped up. She's in reverse. Oh, this talks about not being able to trust somebody, not being able to rely on somebody. Okay. And this is going over here with the justice card. Okay. And that is that's like losing faith in the police, or there may be someone that the police they can't trust. They don't find them reliable. Sheriff Hollywood. And we have strength in reverse. Okay. So strength in reverse. Okay. I kind of take it that they're tired. Not that they're weak, but they're tired. King of Swords. Here's that King of Swords again. And he's going over the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, so he's working hard. Is that the sheriff? Is that the sheriff working hard? Oh. And the Star card in reverse. Yep. I kind of hit on something there when I said about the competition and then feeling like somebody, they can't rely on somebody. But this is about the lovers. The Six of Swords. Okay. Now, this is right here. They may have moved on. These people may have moved on. If they haven't moved on yet, they're about to. It's too hot. Okay. They spot. It's too hot. They blew up the spot. They got to go. And the Magician. So it's like the police cannot rely on the tools that they have, because the magician has all the tools. Well, he only got two. This particular magician, he's supposed to have, he don't have a sword and he don't have no pinnacle. I see a cup and a wand. That's it. He's missing some tools. Okay. And that might be what's going on with the police. They missing something. Eight of Wands. Yeah. The Eight of Wands is going over strength. And like I told you, that they're tired. They're just tired. Eight of Wands in reverse. No, it's not in reverse. Excuse me. Okay. So we have some speed and excitement. We have action. Okay. But they tired. Okay. We're going to need them to get on it. Okay. We can't be tired. Okay. Well, that may be the couple. Let's stay on the couple. So we're going to get off Sheriff Nanos over here, okay? And this could be the perpetrator, the masculine side of the lovers, okay? He want that money. She want to walk away. Oh, there we go. Okay. The King of Swords is hiding something, and he's going to get caught. Ooh, that better not be the sheriff. Ooh, he's going to get caught. Wow. Or he's going to confess. Remember, I was telling you about confessing? These are my confessions. Okay, King of Swords. Let's take a deeper look at the King of Swords. Wow. The King of Swords can represent you or somebody else, okay, who embodies the quality of authority, intelligence, and use of logic to attain success. I'm at a loss for words. Look, Sin said, ooh. Now, Blue Rose Ramblings, okay? This is the same, okay? I totally, that crossed my mind. And it's been crossed, and I'm not the only one, okay? That's why everybody is side-eyeing the sheriff, okay? That's why people are side-eyeing the sheriff, because he's just doing a little bit too much bumbling. Okay, I'm over it. Sometimes you just got to let this stuff sink in. Now, I'm trying to go against the grain here. And see, I do that too when I do these cards sometimes. And later on, I regret it because I doubt myself. There you go. I doubt myself. And I shouldn't doubt myself. If I'm wrong, and I'm not afraid to be wrong, okay? It's just natural, when you're doing this kind of stuff, okay, that you try, but you can't force it. I got to go by what comes. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay. So somebody may have made a decision to let go right here, or there's a miscommunication, okay? And the Queen of Cups in reverse. Isn't that, oh, she gone. Queen of Cups in reverse. Isn't that jealousy? Feminine energy, and she didn't hop on the boat, y'all. Okay, so yeah, this is someone who's insecure. Yeah, on the defensive, foolish, risky behavior. And the Emperor in reverse. So, Queen of Wands. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse is going over the Seven of Swords in reverse. Now, this is a release, freedom. Four Swords in reverse once again. Three of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. Two of Cups. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the feeling that I'm getting is that in other words, I wouldn't be surprised if they tell on each other, if they point fingers at each other, or which they're probably already doing. Okay, and here I have the feeling of the law. Okay, and I think the law may already be on to them. Okay, they might be looking at them. Okay, say they may already be questioning them. They're pointing fingers at each other. Yeah, release your, and okay, yeah, because you're definitely going. But I also got some feelings too that there's something not right about this situation. Hey, Wilkins, will the kidnappers release Nancy? Okay. Will Nancy Guthrie be released? What do you want us to know? Will Nancy Guthrie be released? Will her kidnappers release her? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Will her kidnaps set her free? Alive. Will they set Miss Nancy free? Alive. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And the Knight, somebody young, that's young energy. Okay. And it talks about being lazy and selfish. Okay. Let's see what they have on top. The Ace of Cups. That's a no. The world, it's not over. and the Two of Cups, okay, a disagreement. Page of Pentacles is like a yes, but it's like a disagreement in one wanting to let her go because she's too much of a burden, it's too much of a problem, and one like, oh, hell nah. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, there we go with Chatty Patty. Okay, Chatty Patty is in reverse. So that's a no. No, no. If she was upright, okay, see how she's got all them light bulbs, okay, I would say that they're thinking about it, but no, she's in reverse. There you have it. Anybody else with a question? Clarify what? Yeah. But you know, Chatty Patty, okay, Chatty Patty, okay, she's a page. Page of swords. Pages are messengers, okay? So two is, and swords. Swords is communication, but swords are also ideas. So it depends on whatever comes at you. Which one jumps out at you? Which one tickles your intuition? You see what I'm saying? And that's why I said what I said. Hello, Darla. You know what? I'm getting the same feeling, Eric, okay? I feel the same way. I've been feeling that. One is gone, and two, the lovers. Mm-hmm. I surely do. I think she passed too because they saying that she had up for days and all this, okay? Well, if she had been up for days or she's still alive, why aren't they showing proof of life to get the ransom? You're already in trouble. You might as well go the whole 9 yards. Okay. Maybe you get to spend a little bit of money and buy you a nice dress that you could go to jail in. Okay. But why not go the whole 9 yards if she was still alive? See what I'm saying? And this money has been going back and forth. Can you tell us? Let's ask if Miss Nancy will be found. I'm gonna put myself to the test, okay? See, okay, because you know, reading these cards, honey, like I said, a card can mean one card can mean different, so many different things, okay? Let's see what we can do. What was my question? Just will Miss Nancy be found? Will they find Miss Nancy? What can you tell us? Will they find Miss Nancy? Will Miss Nancy be found? What can you tell us? Will Miss Nancy be found? And thank you for your answers. At the bottom of the deck is Judgment in reverse. Okay. If that was a yes or no question, that would be no. Temperance. So that's patience. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. So there's some emotions. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, the Nine of Swords, okay, in reverse, that's just a no all the way around. There we go with Chatty Patty. Okay. Allegedly, she with this nine of swords in reverse is she's no longer with us. Okay. But you're going to have patience. Okay. Information will come out. And Chatty Patty is upright. See how I'm saying? Okay, when I just read it to you before, she was in reverse. She's upright. So that's like a yes, but it's also information. Okay. But see, that's okay. That's what I was telling you about the prisoner with the $1 million lawsuit. Because no more ransom letters, okay? And ransom letters, those weren't really ransom letters. Those were money for information. Okay. And I'm like, there's no more information, but these people have been sending all this information trying to get some money. And then now we come with this $1 million lawsuit. Well, the thing about the ransom notes, that's not going to stop searches. If anything, that's going to be opposite. That's going to keep the case alive. But the only thing about it is they can't show proof of life. And then those ransom notes are also, like I said, they're not ransom notes anymore. They're asking money for information. Give me some money and I will tell you who it is. And after you catch them, give me the rest of the money, is what they're saying. Hmm. So, yeah, if she's found, okay, she will not be awake. And yeah, it's going to be a minute. So, you're going to have patience. Did the people who took Miss Nancy, okay, ask for the ransom? Okay. Are the people who took Miss Nancy the same people who are trying to get ransom? Are they the same people? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? Are they the same people asking for ransom? Are they the same people who kidnapped Miss Nancy? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Are they the same people? I'm a novelist at this, so okay. But you're putting me to the test, and that's a good thing. Okay. Are they the same people? The ransom? Who wrote the ransom? Well, it says Knight of Swords, okay? And that could be yes. Let's look at the cards. Oh, we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Wands in reverse with the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. I'm kind of getting a no. Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I'm getting no's. And they may get caught. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The people who took her, you talking about, do they have any sympathy or empathy? The thing about the people who took her, okay, they in too much trouble for all that. You see what I'm saying? They got too much of a load on their mind to be okay. The only empathy, sympathy that they have is regret. Well, if no one finds her, they won't get. No one will get any get any inheritance. They'll get something. They're gonna have to. Okay, it depends on. I don't know what those laws are out there in Arizona. Hmm. Well, that's the whole thing about the 7 years. Okay, it's not finding the person. So they put a time limit. That's all that is. Okay, people have disappeared, have never been found. Okay, so what do we do? So they finally put a time limit on it. If you're not found in 7 years, you can be declared dead. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I kind of question that. Okay, because the ransom notes. Okay, were sent to TMZ. So somebody wanted it publicized. Okay. So it could have been the same person. Okay. If you think about it, they may not have wanted the ransom. They wanted the publicity, okay, behind sending a ransom note to TMZ. Okay. That's why I'm saying that. Right. Oh, the people. Okay, so that's what I was saying because they were asking for Bitcoin, and they had the seven of swords, so it was like they were hiding something and they're gonna get caught. You see what I'm saying? Now that's the Bitcoin, but the ransom note, okay, was asking for money for Bitcoin in return for Nancy. We have your mother. You see what I'm saying? That was sent to TMZ. So that might have been for everybody to look. See what I'm saying? And see what I done. Because they sent it publicly, which you normally don't do that. You don't want everybody to know that you have committed a crime. And they sent it to where TMZ of all people. Okay. And then the thing about it was they didn't leave a ransom note for Nancy, but they sure sent it not too long after the kidnapping. The Bitcoins for the I'll tell you who did it and all that stuff, they came a little later. Well, they wanted TMZ to run them out on TV. That's the thing about it. I don't think in the note it said, do not tell anyone, do not call the police. This is for Miss Nancy. I don't think they did that. And if they didn't want the police to know, they wouldn't have sent a letter to TMZ, to a news station. Well, you know what? The other news stations went to the FBI because in the kidnapping is a federal offense. That's why. That's why they didn't go to the sheriff, to the police. They went to the FBI. They know who to go to. Right. They got publicity. Okay. So now they may be sitting back and gloating. Okay. Um, See what I'm saying? So that's why they were talking about, they were wondering, did somebody pay? Let's ask. Somebody asked that question. Did the kidnappers get paid? to kidnap Nancy. Okay. And then, okay, now that you mention it, I wonder did they get paid? Because if Nancy passed, that kind of soiled the deal. You see what I'm saying? Don't forget to thumbs up the video. If they, you bring her here, you go get her and bring her here, and I'm gonna give you the money, okay? And you can't even bring her because she didn't die. I'm not paying you for no dead bodies. That wasn't the deal. You know how criminals will always be criminals. Okay. So were the kidnappers paid? Was Nancy's abductors paid to abduct her? Were they offered money to abduct Miss Nancy? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Were they paid to abduct Miss Nancy? Oh, we have the lovers in reverse. Okay. Now, the lovers in reverse would usually mean a no, okay? And I still take it as a no. But it's funny that that the lovers, okay, Jay. Now, that doesn't mean that they were not offered money. Now, getting paid and being offered is two different things. But the thing about it, if they got their money, they don't care because the police is still looking for them. The police is still on the case, and they got the dogs out and woo 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 woo, and they like, oh my God, because here's the thing, okay, they don't know if they left something behind, okay, they don't know what the police will find. They don't know. See what I'm saying? So that's pressure right there. So whatever they might have got some gas money to make the trip down there and back. I don't know. They may have got half and half. This is saying no. Let's see what the cards say. Let's see what the cards will tell us. We got the Ace of Cups. Okay. We got the Five of Pentacles. That's a no. Five of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse. So the Ten of Swords, okay, that's a no either way it go. Okay, so we got two no cards right here. Let's see. Oh, I wonder, is this saying they were tricked with the Magician card in reverse? Right, they still in trouble. And the Ace of Wands. I mean, the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. Now, I take it the Ace of Swords is a yes card, okay? But it can also mean something else, okay? It could mean communication. Oh, the Devil in reverse. And the Sun in reverse. And the Two of Swords in reverse. Looks like they're not getting no money. Judgment in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. There's too many no cards. So the answer would be no. Yeah, but if it was half now and the rest later, they didn't get the rest. I guarantee you that. Now that that lady, something happened to that lady, okay, bringing her back, I bet you they didn't get that money. But they still in trouble. Yeah, you know, they say revenge, okay, and the revenge has come up. That's a hell of a lot of revenge, though. And who would have revenge? That's the thing about it. Hello, Miss Extra Sweet. Happy Tuesday to you, too. As you guys can see, I got my grass done. Woo! Yes. Okay. We're going to bring this party outside one of these days. Yeah, but that's the chance they took. Now, you do remember the Fool has come up a couple times in reverse. That is risky behavior. They took a risk. Okay, they took a risk, period, because that doesn't mean just because they hold it and go kidnap the lady don't mean you're gonna get the money. Okay, and we have a question. I'm missing questions. Okay, let me see if I can answer if there were two vehicles involved. Let's see. Were there two vehicles involved in Nancy Guthrie's abduction? Were there two vehicles? Were there two vehicles involved in Nancy Guthrie's abduction? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Were there two vehicles involved in her abduction? Two of Pentacles. Ooh, ooh. But it's in reverse, but it could still be a no. It could be a yes. Let's keep going. Ooh. There was some kind of victory. Uh, there's a plan. The Empress in reverse. The Page of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. Five of Swords. Well, and the Seven of Swords. It's going over the Empress. Queen of Cups. It's going over the Page of Cups. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so I kind of got got the feeling that there just might have been more than one vehicle. Okay. It's like she was driving and he was driving. So there may have been one vehicle. May have been. A possible perp who goes for no. Oh, you laughing at that gas money? That's probably all they got was gas money. Okay. I'm gonna give you some money for gas to get there. See, you got to remember, okay, who they dealing with. If they dealing with some dope fiends, okay, you know what I'm saying? They'll take that money and you won't see them again. Say, so you can't get them the money. You getting them some gas money, and when you run back, you get the rest of it. Revenge against Savannah. Everyone thinks Nancy was in one, but they had her in another. It's the first time I heard that the blood drops stopped. That is a indicator she was put in a vehicle. Okay. Especially that blood dripping like that. Blood dripping like that, okay, and then it stops. You were put in a vehicle. That's just like the dog can take your scent, track your scent, and then he stops. That's because at that point you were put in a vehicle. And the thing about it is, I'm not surprised if more than one vehicle was used, because if they transported her one place, they may have used another vehicle to transport her somewhere else. They may have used another vehicle if she passed and they had to get rid of the body. I mean, when you're doing crime like this, I don't think you want to keep using the same vehicle. Yeah, make a switch, especially when they hot on your on that Iris. Okay, you would want to make a switch. Okay, let's ask: will the perpetrators be caught? Okay, will the people who abducted Nancy Guthrie be caught? Will they be caught? The perpetrators of a Nancy Guthrie kidnapping, abduction, ransom be caught? What can you tell us? And thank you for your answers. Will they be caught? The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which is usually a no. It's a yes card. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse talks about greed. Okay, but let's look at what the book says. Ace of Pentacles. There we go. What is this? Reverse? Okay. It says that there's an opportunity, okay, presenting itself that we are unable to see. So this could be we are trying too hard and we can't see the forest for the trees, or, okay, that we are on the wrong track. So this ace in this book, it is talking about um not seeing the forest for the trees, basically. Okay. It's like she's right there, okay, they're right there, but we're either looking too hard or we're not looking hard enough. We're on the wrong track. Okay, that's what the card is saying. However, we do keep in mind we are asking if the perpetrators will be caught. Okay. The high priestess in reverse. That is a revelation of secrets. The strength in reverse. Okay. And the five of pentacles in reverse. Uh-oh. The knight of wands. We got action. Oh, I saw that already with Brian Enton and the King of Cups. Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon in reverse. The Devil. No, Death. The Four of Pentacles in reverse. And the Hangman. I'm kind of getting on the side that they will be revealed. Somebody will be revealed. Somebody will be revealed. Let's ask the other deck. Can you tell us if Nancy's perpetrator abductors will be caught? Will they be caught? The people who took Nancy Guthrie from her home, will they be caught? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Ooh. These are big cards, but I like the big cards. The devil in reverse. And the devil in reverse means recovery. Isn't that interesting? Okay. What can you tell us? Will the perpetrators be caught? The people who took Nancy from her home, will they be caught? And thank you for your answers. The Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so that talks about plans being thwarted. Okay, there were some plans that have been delayed or blocked. There they go, the three blind mice. Next to the star that talks about hope. And the world that talks about the end. There we go, the Three of Pentacles. There go the three blind mice again. And Temperance. So, yes, they will be caught, but it's going to be a minute. It's going to take some time. You got to be patient. But the star is going to shine a light. And the world is going to put an end to this. Okay? Because, see, they having too much fun with these Three of Cups. Okay? And making plans and working with these Three of Pentacles. There we go with the High Priestess. She got the secrets. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The star. That's a loss. And the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands in reverse. They're defenseless. Now look at this. The Lovers and the Three of Pentacles. The King of Cups. The Page of Cups. Oh. And the reason why I say that is the King of Cups. Okay. Oh, I think it was the Knight of Cups. Okay. So the King of Cups in reverse is emotional immaturity. And this may refer to the King of Cups. He is emotional. The Five of Cups. And that's going to be a loss because they're upside down. So they're all spilled. And it's funny because I was getting the Two of Cups and it crossed my mind with the Three of Pentacles. That's five people. That's five people. And then we have the Five of Cups being spilled over upside down. And the Hermit. And the Knight of Cups. And the Empress in reverse. So it's when one gets caught, it's going to all come falling down. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was more than 3 people. Let's ask that question. Let's see if I can answer it. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to pick up something. Let me see. Is my stuff ready? Uh-oh. Oh, ready. Ready for pickup. Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, well, the thing about it is, like I said, with Tommaso and Annie, if they did it or if they didn't do it, they were the last ones. They're going to get all that smoke. Okay? I don't feel sorry for them because that's what happens. Okay? In the case, they were the last to see that mother. Now, whether she even got dropped off or not, we don't know the way this case is going. Okay? They taking another look. She may not have even been dropped off there or at the time they said. They are the last people, and it's not. Here's the thing. The thing about this case is it's not straightforward. If they that dropped that lady off, okay, they wouldn't have all this problem about the garage door opening and the garage door closing, and it did it at this time and that. Okay, it was her blood. Well, yeah, it was her blood at the entrance. That don't mean she was home at the time they said she was home. That could have been from the day before. They ain't found the body. And now when they find the body, it's going to be too decomposed for them to even track a time, to narrow down a time. They may get a time how long she's been deceased, yeah, but it's going to be harder to narrow it down once they get there. And that may be one of the reasons why we ain't found the body. So you can't get all that evidence that it would give you if it was a fresh body. It don't matter if they be what club the thing about it is it doesn't uh on the surface it doesn't matter what club they belong to, what kind of practices they had. Okay, that just emphasizes, exacerbates the situation they already in. That's all that's doing. But the fact that they were the last ones, and then you got witchy poo tendencies, and you got your band got criminal records, that just exacerbates your having something to do with it, and the likeliness of you having something to do with it. Hello, Tara Lynn. How you doing? They could have set up the crime scene. There's a lot of people that do that. They said there was a struggle inside of the house. Okay, it could have been an orchestrated struggle. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Just like they do a robbery, it could have been orchestrated. And the fact that they haven't come up with a body, okay, they gonna stay suspect or perpetrators. Now, what was I gonna ask? I had a good question to ask, okay? Oh, that were they related? Okay. Were the perpetrators who abducted Nancy Guthrie, were any of them related to Nancy Guthrie? Were any of the perpetrators related to Nancy? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Queen of Cups. Okay. Now, that is a positive card, a yes card, okay? But it also is telling us that it's emotional, okay? Don't think neglect. Well, the blood droplets could have been staged, or like I said, they could have been from another day and they didn't clean it up, okay? Maybe she was bleeding. They had to hurry. They took her and put her in the car and took her to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? From last week. So, were any of the perpetrators related? The Empress in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Okay. And the Magician in reverse. Ooh. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this talks about domestic issues, okay? Where are they related? Domestic issues, okay? And feeling left out, regret, okay? Poverty. And the Magician in reverse. Oh, what is the Magician in reverse? Okay. Manipulation and deceit, illusions, illusions, bad intentions, okay? And we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, which talks about setbacks and lack of energy, okay? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are related. But what it does tell you is that they were probably in the neighborhood, okay, or lived around that neighborhood, being domestic, and being regrets, okay, and the deceit was probably they didn't have good intentions, okay. Four of Swords. Ooh, that's deceased. Tired. Page of Wands in reverse. I forgot that card just that fast. Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. Disappointment. And the Nine of Cups. So there, and this talks about regret. So there's a lot of regret. You asked if they were related, okay, the perpetrators. It doesn't say, I'm not really getting that they were related. I'm getting a lot of regret, okay? I'm getting disappointment. I'm getting patience, okay? And this right here is going over the Magician. So whoever this was, they were patient. They were deceitful. Took their time, okay? And then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So this does talk about family, okay? But oh, wait a minute. Shut up. Ooh. Now this cup is in reverse, okay? But there's still drinks in there. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my. I'm looking at these two people. Looking at these people. We have two adults, okay? So we'll take it two couples. We got some kids down there, okay? And the two couples right there, who does that look like? The two couples in the middle. Who that could be? And their drinks are shooting up in the cups that are upside down. So, oh my. And we have the Nine of Wands, okay? Winning at all costs, but it's in reverse. So that means you're tired. And the tired guard going over the Four Swords. Oh, oh, oh my. Okay. What came through my mind was you're tired, okay? The family right here, they might have been getting tired of her. They're not going to admit that. They're just not. Wouldn't be a good look. And the Chariot in reverse is a loss of control. And the Seven of Wands, okay? Yeah, and she's defenseless. She has a lot, okay, but she's defenseless. I it's okay. Here's the thing. The only thing that gets me is that situation with being dropped off, okay, never to be seen again. That's my problem. I got a problem with that. Okay. So if it's a family member. Okay, of course, like I said, they're high on the list. Whether they want to clear them or not, they are high on the list. Oh, don't forget to thumbs up the video, you guys. They are high on the list. Okay. My thinking is they're high on the list. So either something happened and it's being covered up, or they sent somebody else over. Somebody else was sent over to obtain Nancy. They could have had something to do with it, but they didn't have a direct thing to do with it. You know, in that movie Pulp Fiction, how they would call the cleanup man? There you go. The cleanup man. The cleaner. Okay. Remember that? And he had to put him in dead nigga storage. Remember that on Pulp Fiction? Okay. That part. You know what I'm talking about. That part. Okay. Say. Three of Pentacles. There we go with the three blind mice. So there was some collaboration. There was collaboration, and there was a collaboration of deceit. It was planned to deceive. She could have been laying up there for days, okay, deceased. How Savannah gonna know that? How anybody gonna know that? When's the last time the other people talked to Miss Nancy? Seven of Swords. Deceit. Six of Pentacles. There we go with the give and take, the generosity card. Okay. So there we go. And we have the Death card and the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay. So that is winning at any cost, but it's in reverse. So you lost. Okay. See what I'm saying? And then we have the give and take, the generosity card. Okay. So I'm going to end with that because I'm going to pick up my snacks. I got some chips, diet soda, some cookies. Okay. But what I'm saying is there's some deceit. There's deceit all around here. Okay. Now, this person could have did it. That person could have did it. They could have did it for whatever reason. They could have did it. Okay. Regardless of who, what, where, and why, it's deceit everywhere. It's deceit. Okay. Now, the thing about it is it's just deceit. And I'm not asking about the family personal, but even if I ask about each individual person, even Nancy, there's deceit. Hi, Annie. Yeah, it's just, and that's why it's just so much trickeration. It's deceit, and the people uh 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 involved in this situation, directly or indirectly, are deceitful people. They're wearing a mask. They're all wearing a mask. They're smiling in your face, and all the time they want to take your place. Okay, that's what type of people we're looking at. We are not about that life. Okay, so it's hard to say, oh, this person, oh, and she wouldn't do that, and oh, this, and oh, Miss Nancy, and all this. But I'm gonna tell you right now, beware. Okay, beware. It's very sad. It's a situation. Okay, but there is some a hell of deceit. Let me look. Let me. Okay, this is before I leave. Okay, there is deceit around this family. Okay, and that's another reason why you got so much triggeration going on. Okay, and it may not even be direct, have anything to do with it, but the fact that, and that's why they ain't told you too much, because you best believe they have looked in every single person's background. Whether you have a record or not, okay, they asking your neighbors, okay, they looking on your social media, all that, okay. They probably down the street from your house at the grocery store, asking the people that work there, do they know you? I'm telling you, there's deceit. We gonna get the kipper on that ass. Look at that, kipper, and we want to know. What can you tell us about the Guthrie family? Okay. What's the energy with this Guthrie family? Okay. That's what I want to know. Let's shake this up. Let me light me some incense, some sage, okay? Because these folks is just really get to me, okay, on all this deceit, all this bull going down. I try to play my music. They say my music's too loud. I tried talking about it. I got the big run around. And when I roll with the punches, I got knocked to the ground with all this going down. Okay. What do you want us to know? Pathway, long time. About the Guthrie family. What is the energy with this family? Nancy, Savannah, Annie, and Cameron. Even Charles Guthrie. That was their daddy name, Charles. Okay. Charles, and I'm a Leo. Remember that song? And all I want you to do is, didn't they have a Charles in that song? Okay, I'm stuck. I want you to load on. Come flow with me now. What do you want us to know about the Guthrie family in Arizona? And thank you for your answers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to get out there before it gets too dark. That'll be perfect. What do you want us to know? What's that energy with these folks? Okay. Now, how did we get? I put that on the bottom of the deck and it got to go to the top. Okay. We got a long time, long time. Oh, and look at this. We got the 5 butterflies, the mom, the dad, and the 3 kids, all on the path. Mm, mm, mm. High honor. Okay. So they have some prestige in the neighborhood. Okay. In the house. In the house. Mm-hmm. But there's false people. See what I'm saying? It's false people. This isn't referring to a person as it says, but a person or persons. Okay. And there go the daddy in the back. Okay. With the mask on. Yeah. Uh-huh. Imprisonment. So there was some kind of and there go the rat. So there was some type of confinement. There was a message of concern. That might be when the father passed. Okay. We got thieves. Thieves. Thieves being in high honor. And there go the lovers. The lovers is going over the house. We got that main female as the false person. That's Miss Nancy. Sudden wealth. Okay. So they were in like a prison as far as their mindset and their lifestyle, okay, from the wealth. Okay. And this main female is facing the wealth. There was a change. Okay. There was a change that was made. And the thing about it is, you see how they show the car? So that change was made through traveling. The community. Ooh, and that's going over thief. So that could be your community, your inner circle, okay? And then there's an official person. And this official person is going over lovers. There was a message. It's already open. They already got the message about this female. We got a main man. All of a sudden, this main man became rich. Sudden wealth. There was some concern, okay? There was some concern. He's facing the past. We have a privileged lady. Mhm. Privileged lady in the community, and we have distant horizons. Okay, so this official lover house, okay, was from distant lands. There was unexpected income or news. This message. hmm So there was a plan. There was a plan carried out. Oh, this telling a story. Okay. So they took another trip. The children. The children is going over this privileged lady. Ooh, there was some thoughts about her. There was some thoughts, expectations. So they were expected to do something, okay, for this sudden wealth, this generosity, unexpected income, okay. And there was a chairwoman. She made the plans, okay. I'm gonna leave it at that because that's telling you right then and there, okay, that there's something with this family, okay, their lifestyle, and when they say they come up with somebody in the past, okay, then it might make more sense to you. See what I'm saying? mm Maybe somebody in the past caught up with somebody, okay. Uh huh. Yeah. They silenced her, but after all this time, okay, it may not be to silence Nancy. Maybe it was to silence somebody else, okay? Maybe it was retribution for Nancy. Or, as matter of fact, you look at the family and all these skeletons, it could have been all of that. What Iranian women? She called, why you call me Anaheim? That's so funny. The adult protective services. I don't think they're going to carry out an investigation. Somebody called in to check on the lady, but yeah, it was too late. Oh, there's a lady that has her mail at Nancy's address. I didn't hear anything about that. I've never heard anything about that until you mentioned it just now. I'll have to look that up and come back at you with that. Oh, because all my sites are under Anna Aries. All my sites should be under Anna Aries. This Anna's Intuition is a break off from one of my channels. But yeah, I come up on Facebook. I think I come up on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Anna Aries. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about a guitar being stolen. Yeah. There's a way you do that, okay, is what I did, okay, back in the day, and putting my name out there, and you have your friends pull up your name and stuff like that, so you can get higher on the Google list and stuff. And two is, if that's what you're doing, whatever name you're using, okay, you want to put your social media accounts and stuff in that same name, and then go have your friends pull that name up so the search engine could catch hold of you. I think I kind of might remember though something about the guitar, but I didn't even uh, it didn't catch me because I'm like, okay, that probably was one of his band members in guitars trying to get some home insurance. Okay, that's what that is. Trying to get some collect on some home insurance. Okay, yeah. So with that said, I will be back tomorrow. I'll see you then. I may come on later for another reading on Rihanna and see what her near future is looking like. Okay. So with that said, don't forget to thumbs up the video. But most of all, stay blessed. Bye.